and welcome to Charlotte Sports Today, everyone. I'm Chaz Bryant. Coming up, we got another terrific episode filled with MMA hard-hitting action. We're going to take you to Fight Lab 19. We're going to show you 3 of the title belt, some hard-hitting, great contested fights that took place this past December. Midway through, we're going to have a talk with Mr. Joe Hurst, who runs a jiu-jitsu school up in Concord. He's got a big tournament coming up at the end of January, so many of you who are watching may want to pay attention. Or spectators, there's even something in for you if you go to the tournament. We're not going to say what it is, so you have to find out later on. So coming up right now, we got 4 great fights coming up from Fight Lab 19, 3 title fights and 1 terrific fight right before that. So keep it right here on Charlotte Sports Today.
Hey guys, it's Amber Belleville. I'm here reporting at Fight Lab 19 here at Coyote Joe's. It's the biggest and best last fight of the season and of the year. I have a couple of guys here I want to introduce you to. Rob Tate.
What's up?
And then Mike Powell.
Hey.
This guy always makes all the fighters dance, so he might do a little dance right after our interview's over with, possibly. I don't know, maybe? All right.
I'm not fighting tonight, though.
Anyway, we're here to discuss the title fights that are going down tonight. I want to first ask what your predictions are on the main event, 205 title bout between Ryan Freeman and Ferdinando Asierra. What are your guys' predictions on the fights?
I've got Fred, and I'm going to say knockout because his entire camp was giving Ryan Freeman so much grief on Facebook. It was unbelievable. So it's going to be heated, and we're going to find out tonight. But my pick's Fred.
All right.
I dare you to go against me, Rob.
I dare you to, Rob. What do you think, Rob? Go against him. Are you
All right,
scared?
fine. I'm going to pick Freeman just because you said so.
Yeah.
And, well, we'll see how Freeman can take it. I honestly think Fred's going to do it, but Freeman is the title holder right now because of Chris Davis. We'll see if he's mentally tough enough to go in the deep waters.
Right.
And, you know, that's what the fight game is, so we're just going to go from there.
Okay, cool,
All right.
cool. I know I'm personally excited because I know both guys have amazing hands.
Yes.
Just to watch their footwork and their handwork while they're fighting is going to be really cool, so really excited about that.
Yes.
Next fight I want to talk about, Kenneth the Pit Crowder versus Viren Webb. And what's your prediction on that?
I'm going to give that to Crowder. Crowder is a good wrestler, good base. He's a good hard worker. I've worked with him before. You know, and his hands are starting to develop more.
Right.
He still makes some young mistakes and all that, but he's got great athletic skills that kind of make up for that. But it's going to be an interesting fight, though.
All right.
It's always interesting to see.
To be continued, right? What about you?
I'm gonna take Webb if he can keep it standing. If he can stop Crowder's takedown, we've seen that happen before to Crowder.
Right.
His hands weren't all there, and I guess he kind of got frustrated and ended up losing the decision.
Yeah. Point taken. All right, last one. Last but not least, we've got the very last title bout that's happening between Solo. I personally like Solo. I can never get the guy to dance. We'll see what happens tonight. I think I'm going to threaten him if he wins. But he's up against Daniel. What are your thoughts on that tonight?
Well, coming from a personal perspective, I've competed against Solo. And he's a nice kid. He's a nice guy. He's a nice fighter. I could have beat him, but and he even says that. He doesn't know how he pulled it off, but I think he's going to win. I think Solo's going to win. Sorry, Mike, but
Going up?
he's got some skills. He'll pull him out.
Okay.
I think it's good. But he's going to have to keep it standing. His grappling skills are lacking right now.
Right.
And that showed in our fight. But hopefully they've started to improve.
Okay,
so
cool.
I guess we'll see.
We'll see what happens. And then last comments?
I'm taking Dustin
course you are.
Stanton. No, just because in his last fight, he's a strong wrestler. He's a Marine. Let's look at that. So the dude's going to be unbreakable, basically.
Yeah.
I think he's going to out-wrestle Han, and I think it'll be a decision. Possibly with Bread's ground and pound in third, but I think it's going to be a decision.
All right, awesome. We'll see what happens. I know I'm personally excited. I can't wait for the fights to begin. Thank you guys for talking to me. Hopefully I'll drag you back over to the mic soon enough. All right, we'll see.
Yeah.
That's it.
Christian Bernetti opening up with the leg kicks.
Makes contact with the next one. Bolo trying to find his distance.
Oh, Bolo answers. And Bernetti takes a shot and stuff.
He's really deep on the repenetration there. Bolo takes it back.
Oh boy.
Nice scramble.
Incredible scramble.
Into the cage.
And we've got Bernetti in an almost half guard, halfway full guard. I mean, what do you? I don't even know what to call that.
Let's call that a butterfly without a wing.
Yeah. Oh, and he pulls the arm bar, but Bernetti recognizes. Bernetti's purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu probably helped him out there.
Well, being from Team Rock, that's what they specialize in. Post-race jiu-jitsu, right?
Yeah.
And we all know Royce Gracie.
If you don't, I don't know why you're watching this sport. But Bolo's regained his guard, at least to some extent. By some extent, I mean the half. Bernetti's standing. Oh, now they're both up. Let's see what we've got. It looks to me that Bolo has more control right now.
I would say so.
I'm eager to see if either one of these guys have worked on any of the wrestling off the cage, seeing as that's where Shane Crenshaw took Bolo down a lot, and I was able to finally submit Christian Bernetti.
I think it's interesting to note, I believe, even for the attacking Bernetti, they keep just alternating. Both their hips are so far back. But it's almost like
oh boy,
some kind of tango.
Bolo opens up. Good shot by Christian Bernetti. And he almost passed it. I think this is going to be one of the better fights of our night.
Yes. Both swinging for the fences and everything. All right. Bolo's at the half guard. Bernetti's got good head pressure there. Bolo trying to recompose his guard. Job at keeping those underhooks controlled, keeping Bernetti's hands on the mat.
Both of these guys have grown so much.
He's such a strong kid.
You know, with 3 tours in Afghanistan, you've got to think Bernetti's completely composed. He's trying to kill him, but not look young. That's the 10-second marker. And Bernetti opens up. Maintains position. That was a pretty good round.
We'd like to thank the fine folks at Sam Park.
That was a good
for their
round.
sponsors, Monster Energy Drink, Brio Tuscan Grill, MSA Amanda. Amanda comes to us tonight from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, where she loves being an Oklahoma Sooner cheerleader.
Really?
Fighters up, seconds down, ready for round number 2.
What am I thinking? I meant to say Bernetti. I'm an idiot.
Come on, Serge! Come on, Serge!
I've got a guy standing over my back right now, and if he doesn't get outside of the barrier, I'm probably going to turn around and punch him in the face. The chants of Sergio are real loud, and Bernetti's opened up with some kicks.
I'm going to correct my own mistake. I'm going to have to get a first round Bernetti.
For top control.
For a few takedowns.
We've got a guillotine attempt. That's Sergio.
Yeah. Never see guillotines.
I'm getting tired of that move.
Yeah, me too. Come up with something new.
Bernetti working to the cage. We'll try to posture up, maybe rain down a little bit. Yes.
Bernetti's got good control here, so I'm going to let his fist go. Nice body shots.
Those take such a toll.
Those will take a toll.
Bolo being smart with his feet in the fence, but he's got to get his hips moving. Oh. That body is turning red on Sergio Bolo right now.
Bolo is a fighter, though. Bolo will not give up. Remember, he tapped that choke from Crenshaw. He went out.
Oh dear Lord, and that was probably my favorite part of any fight I've ever seen Sergio in. But he's in a guillotine right now.
I want to rename this move just because we have to say it so often. I hate when people put guard for a guillotine. I just absolutely hate it.
Oh, Brunetti scrambling back up, but Bull is raining. Oh. With the drive-through, and it's passed. Bowler's going to burn himself out if he keeps hanging out there. Brunetti's in mount.
Brunetti got the mount here. Going to start teeing off. It's going to be interesting to see with that arm post if he goes for an armbar attempt.
Oh, man. Bowler's got to get his hips going. This is one of those fights I don't want to see stop. Oh, man.
That's just...
He's just eating it right now.
That's just rough.
He is just eating it right now. And he's fighting. Oh. Brunetti postures back up. He's giving his back up. There's the choke. A bonus tap. Brunetti's such a great sport, man.
He is.
That was a very, very interesting fight.
Yes, it was. It just went back and forth, back and forth.
I hate to see Sergio lose, but I love to see Brunetti win. This is one of his bittersweet moments. Such a humble guy.
Yes. It's nice to see them both go out there and leave it all in the cage.
With the trademark from Christian Brunetti.
Yep. He's been through a lot. 3 tours in Iraq. This is fun for me. This is where all that pent up anger, aggression, having to go kill people, defend our country. Such a great guy. Good guy.
Fight Lab fans, I am here with the victor, Christian Brunetti. Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
You're not even breathing that hard.
I don't even know what happened. Like the fight's over. They were raising my hand. Everybody was cheering for somebody.
And it was all good,
I figured out it was me. I was really happy about that.
Well, my second question to follow this is, did you have a game plan whenever you walked out? Like a certain thing that you were going to do?
Yeah. I was trying to keep him
Sergio?
from punching me in the face.
Good plan. That was a good plan. I like
It sort
that.
of works. It definitely sort of works. We traded. He's a tough kid, man. Real tough.
Absolutely, he is.
A lot stronger than he looks. The game plan was to just chop his legs, maybe work my jab and get him against the cage.
Yeah.
He thought I should have a different plan, so I went with a different plan, which is try not to get knocked out and take him down, and then try and make him not be awake anymore. So.
Yeah, well, you definitely outworked him in this fight, so congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Would you like to give any thanks to your school? I know you train
Lord,
with Team
yes.
Rock,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Let's give some shout outs to Team Rock.
The list of people I have to thank is long, but I'm going to keep it short.
Okay.
First, man, God, this has been an incredible journey. It's been a journey of faith, all the way from the fight with Mike Powell and getting that loss and coming over that. That's a hard thing to get over. Then my training partners at Team Rock, Jason Palacios, Seth Stevenson, our coaches, Greg, our senior black belt, Jesse Herzog, Mike Pagano, my cornerman Nick. They beat me up round after round after round so that I could do that. Ranger Up, my sponsor,
Yes.
and my wife and my 2 kids. I get to go home, and they know I'm fighting, and this time I get to say, baby's daddy won.
That's right. Well, now with the amount of weight that you were cutting, what's the first thing that you're going to eat with your family, with your wife and kids when you get home?
Man.
Is there certain something that's going on in your head?
Eggnog and those little Christmas tree, the chocolate Christmas trees.
Nice.
Oh, dude.
Those are yummy. I like those.
They're absolutely delicious.
Well, I know Fight Lab has some plans for you in the future.
Yeah.
We want to see you back. Hopefully fighting Mike Powell or Solo. I think that would be an awesome bout between you guys.
Oh man, I need to add like 2 more of me to take on either of those guys. And Mike's tough. Solon, man, he just tapped out. A really tough Dan Sandlin. I did not see that coming. He's a high level guy, competes all over the place. Those guys are tough. That's no joke.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'm going to shake your hand. I don't know if I'm supposed to.
No,
Hands out
you're
there.
good. You're
So,
good.
okay.
We can't wait to see you back, though.
Thank
Thanks
you
a
very
lot.
much. Thank
All
you.
right.
Bye, guys.
Staley, he's wearing a black trunks trimmed in the bone.
I think Staley's game is going to have to be keep it standing, keep him at a range, and use his speed to his advantage and try to land one of those big hands. Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to be the one to rain on anybody's parade, but watching these two men walk around this cage, you know, we're probably going to have to fight one of them. It's a little bothering.
Well, it's definitely a fight that you're going to want to pay attention to.
Your referee is Donnie Jessup.
Oh, you got to love the shouts from the crowd of F him up. And
Country's battles. Something like that.
Here they go, coming after
they're coming out fast.
And aggression from the Marine. That was a good snap down.
This guy just has a slew of pressure on Mr. Sling.
Definitely so. The strength advantage is definitely working in his favor as moves to his back.
Oh boy.
There you go. Just hook the hooks in.
Oh boy.
He's gonna start to tee off.
I don't know if he's gonna tee off or. Oh. Han's in a bad spot right now.
Very bad spot already. And this is where Staley did not want it on the ground.
I'm just impressed at how large this man is.
That is a big, strong 45-pounder. With a wedgie.
Apparently.
So
He's
he's
working to improve, but
Staley's worked one of the hooks out. Ooh. Nice power on those strikes.
Sandlin just stuck to him like stink on shit.
Ooh, we're allowed to curse?
Briefly.
If that would have been a wrestling mat, he would have had an escape there, but unfortunately the cage panel's there and nowhere to go. Yeah. With all the muscle mass that Sandlin's coming into with this fight with, gotta wonder if cardio is going to be an issue.
Oh, that was a good knee by Han.
As our coach Phil says, big muscles get tired. Most big muscles get tired. Most big muscles. It's coming from the rock star over here.
Those were two good knees. I think Han needs to go back to that and maybe try to squeeze a little out of him early.
Yeah, it'll definitely help take some of his cardio out of him. Those body shots will take a while to recover from.
Oh, good inside knee. This has turned into a battle of attrition very quickly for both men.
Sandlin's looks like he's working a little harder than Staley. See if he can keep that aggression and that pressure up.
Oh, no.
Oh, here we go.
Attempted to throw and he's back in the cage.
While there's a lull in that, Fuel Beats is back in the corner.
Oh,
good knees.
Somebody hit somebody for the love of God.
That's a good counter knee by Staley.
Sandlin's a grinder. In his last fight, he decided he was going to grind on Joey Bennett. And
Corbett, did you say that he was alive
did it for
4-minute
3
rounds?
I believe Joey Bennett's a teammate of Staley. Interesting to see if the tactics work out the same way.
Salone's worked his way out. Let's see if he can put some pressure back on Sandlin. If I were Salone, I think I'd have to break it up and try to throw some punches and maybe steal a round. Oh, Lord.
Nice punches off the clinch.
All right, we're going to give away a couple more of those CDs.
got a nice little bit of action in the last 5 seconds.
I'm gonna basically have to give that round to Sandlin.
Yeah, absolutely. Didn't really see any of Staley's striking. And Sandlin had his drop.
Sandlin from Portland, Maine, versus a lobster
Sandlin's a little bit tired.
Yeah, that's one of the big worries when you got that kind of muscle mass and power.
Doesn't have anything to do with the crowd.
But
I know it's close, you know, it's the same.
given Sandlin's background, though, I can pretty much guarantee you there's no quitting that guy's heart.
I don't think there's quitting any of these guys' heart.
I thought you went to Brio Tuscan Grill to get your food.
Right now, can you hear me there, Rob?
I can. All right, we'll come back up for the second round.
Sandlin is
Doesn't look too winded yet.
Cardio looks pretty good. Very
He
impressive.
recovered very nicely. He looked a little winded there at the end. Took a seat. And they're back after.
There we go.
Right
More
back
aggression
where-
from Sandlin.
Right back where we were at.
He's throwing shots to the back.
This is going to make for a long night for one of them. Oh no.
Seems to me
Drop tape.
being critical how I am. The technique for wrestling is a little absent. They're just throwing each other around like the inside.
You know, and it'll happen. When you get punched in the face, you go back.
As a fellow wrestler, I think if Sandlin had a little more technique with his wrestling, he would be wicked dangerous.
I agree.
With that kind of power, from what it looks like, he's got pretty good cardio and a lot of explosiveness and aggressiveness. If he got his wrestling up to a little bit of a better caliber, there's very little he wouldn't be able to do.
Yes.
Oh no.
He's got to watch his head right now.
Yeah. Staley's tough with that guillotine. It's trust me. He's got it cinched in.
That's tight.
That's tight. That's really tight.
There's a tap right there.
1 second to the round number 2. Your winner by guillotine and new 145-pound Fight Lab champion, Solon Staley.
There's always bad news, and once again, I made a mistake, okay? I put this 145-pound title up because I thought that our former champion, or real champion as he would say, was turning pro. Unfortunately, I made a mistake. He said he's not. So March 30th at Shaw Air Force Base, you get to fight and defend your interim title against the real champion, the kid, Michael Powell. Michael, come over here. Now, I sort of wish I had to call you because I was a tall guy till you came. Michael, what do you think about Solon Staley's victory?
I think that man did some kind of work. He was getting pulled around, and they were both just kind of winging at each other. He did a lot of work to get away from where he was at. And he had his back taken. But he did right and got out of there. So I can't complain about the way he performed.
Are you ready to come to Shaw Air Force Base on March 30th and fight Solon in his hometown and defend your belt against his enemy?
And trust me when I say, when that thing comes on tight, it comes on tight.
Yeah, Sandlin had control of the whole fight, and then
Yes.
you blink and it's over.
Right. All right, Keith. Tell me, with Sloan winning the title now,
and
Ladies and
well,
gentlemen, 1 minute, 31
his pal gave it up.
seconds in the
Now he's going to
round
challenge
number
back for it. Tell me what you think of that fight coming up.
guillotine.
I'm here with Mr. Solo. What's up?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. You now have the 145 title
Yes.
with Fight Lab. Congratulations on that victory. You are welcome. And you know, the last time I interviewed you, although you had a great performance and you won, you would not dance for me. I think I said, can you shake your thing? And you were like, no, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Dance now?
Yes,
That's it?
yes, dance now.
Is that in the interview?
You should be excited. Do something for the fans.
All right. This
Okay.
guy at work, and he calls this his happy dance after he gets these big tickets.
Let's see that. That's good. I like how you tried. That's cool, man. Well, anyhow, you did choke the dude out in an awesome guillotine. How much did you work your jiu-jitsu game in preparation for this fight for tonight?
I picked up that guillotine maybe a year and a half ago,
Okay.
and I think that's my ninth now.
Yeah.
So
alright.
if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's very true. You're known for your energetic ability just to keep going, keep standing, do what you need to do to get the fight done.
Yeah.
Your jiu-jitsu game is great. It seems like most of your wins have actually come from submissions, am I right?
Yes, most
most
of them
part,
did. I got
right?
my first knockout in 10 seconds in the last fight. I missed you. You weren't there to ask me to dance again. And I guess you got a haircut, so
I
maybe that's
did.
where you were at.
I did. But anyhow, past the whole jiu-jitsu thing, you were up next with Mike Powell, the
Right.
kid Mike Powell, who is
Yeah.
also known for his jiu-jitsu game.
Okay.
So I'm gonna let you talk a little trash. What's gonna happen when you fight Mr. Mike Powell? What can we see?
I don't talk
from
no
you?
trash. I don't talk a lot of trash. I mean, he's got a little squeaky voice. I don't know what that's about. I guess that's enough as far as trash talk. I never seen him fight, but I mean, your voice doesn't make you who you are. So
That's right. Well, both of you guys, Mike Powell and Solo, are great fighters. So Fight Lab cannot wait to see this phenomenal event that's going to take place next. Congratulations on your win. Thank you for the dance. I appreciate it. All right.
Welcome home, man.
Packers. Viking. Packers. Viking. Viking.
Red state, blue state, vegan.
Carnivore.
We come from different places.
Uptown.
Downtown.
Optimist.
We come to different conclusions.
Half empty.
Half full.
But when we live united, we create real, lasting change in the building blocks of life. The education, income, and health of our communities,
Live
our families,
United.
even the person next to us.
Live united.
Real change won't happen without you. So give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Sign up at liveunited.org.
Well, we'll take you back out to the fights a little bit later on, but we want to get you caught up on what's happening in the world of jiu-jitsu. And what's coming up at the end of the month is the Monster, formerly known as the Bud Cup, with Mr. Joe Hurst. Not too long ago, I had a conversation with Joe, and this is what he told me about the history of the Bud Cup.
The Bud Cup, we've been open and running this. Dylan Hart Jr. and I started this 10 years ago with the Dylan Hart Grappling Classic. Then Budweiser took it over, and Bueller Wholesale and Eric Mixon, and now Munster. We've been blessed that Munster has taken this over, and where groups like the Great Wolf Lodge have now also are part of this event also.
Joe, tell us about how this event has grown to be one of the biggest grappling jiu-jitsu tournaments here in North Carolina, but all over the Southeast.
The biggest thing to learn about the Bud Cup, and people want to know about the prestige of it, I think that it pretty much would speak for itself. The guys asked me that on the higher end levels, they asked me to make a who's list of who actually has won the tournaments. And then when you go as far as Saulo Ribeiro to Justin Rader to Roy Country, Roy Nelson, Jeff Munson 6 times. They're just Tex Johnson, James Brasco, Hermes Franca has been here. It's an endless list of names. Daniel Moraes, one of the world's best at that weight. has made this event such a prestigious event, because not only will you get to fight talent, but you'll be fighting talent from I got 2 schools in Greece now, or associated schools in Greece. You'll see schools from Europe. You'll see schools from Florida, New York, California. We get them, and even Brazil also, obviously.
Now, this is sort of the Joe Hurst State of the Union question. How strong is the sport here in the area?
Well, the biggest thing that Chaz, that I want to respect is when I first came here, there was obviously no schools, right? So now when you go down less than 5 miles in every direction, or more like 15, you'll see another school and another school. At first, years ago, I didn't know how to take that, but today I welcome it, because I see more and more growth of this sport. That I love to see good people in this sport too. When I see a good guy open up a school, then I really am happy. But regardless, when jiu-jitsu opens, period, I love to see the sport grow, because then more and more people are getting exposed to this beautiful art that can change your life as it did mine.
I think being involved in MMA and knowing some of the basic roots and building blocks is jiu-jitsu. What sort of local stars, MMA stars, might we see out there?
Man, Chaz, the biggest thing with this is you cannot see any MMA guy anywhere that does not come from a gym like this. Because I look at it very simply like a pyramid. Jiu-jitsu is the bottom building blocks. Sure, everybody wants to knock you out or submit you, but how are you going to get there without all the blocks in the middle to take you there? So you got to learn jiu-jitsu, you got to learn wrestling, you got to learn boxing, you got to learn all these things. So what can you expect to see? I expect to see everybody in the amateur world there, and guys in the professional world there as well. We already know some of the best pro fighters in the world, Chaz, and you've seen yourself, have came to this event. You've seen them in many UFCs fighting, from Hermes Franca to Jeff Munson to Roy Nelson. I mean, it's just endless. So, I mean, yeah, in the MMA world, I would look to see anybody that is up and coming.
Anything else you want to add?
The biggest thing that I want to say is I got a lot of respect for the promoters that are like Kenny Letts, that's putting on the good shows for people to compete and fight in, as I hope I do with the Bud Cup every year, now the Munster Cup. I want to be able to make something that you enjoy doing. And when you come, we're giving out a 32-inch flat screen TV. Last year, a girl was on the mat fighting. We called the ticket out. Her friend was in the stands, saw the ticket, Chaz, and was like, whoa, that's my friend. And then she had to run out, stop her friend. And right after the match, she got a TV. So this year, we'll just randomly give out a 32-inch flat screen TV, 4 MP, 4 players, or whatever, all these different prizes to make it fun for everybody. Everybody there, if you're coming and a part of this event, is a part of the whole show. And that's the whole thing, is to make everybody feel like one group, one family. And Chaz, we really appreciate, and the growth and the beautiful things that you've done for this sport, Chaz Bryant, is phenomenal. And it's good to see the growth that you've done here as well.
And it's greatly appreciated. Thank you very much, Joe.
Welcome home, man.
And Vernon Webb actually gets in on the first take.
Gets in on it, see if he can finish. Very,
John Jones walks out like that.
It's like Tim Crowder seems to be the stronger of the two. He's got lowest in the draft. Ooh, good. You see if they decide to exchange some punches.
Don't ask questions. He's centering his shoes.
extremely good athletes. Both have the over-under. Made for it with the knee.
Jack him up. Jack it up. Really does. Push and pull. I'm really surprised.
Doesn't look like either one wants to stand and trade. They look like they both have a strong wrestling pedigree. Extremely athletic. Ooh. Almost. Jump up for a guillotine. Oh, he's got a standing guillotine.
It's incredibly hard for Short to finish.
Right, and he may blow his arms up, trying to finish it. Nice knee to the thigh by Geronimo. And again.
He pulls guard. The wrestler pulls guard for the guillotine.
And he looks like he got it. Kenneth Crowder wins by guillotine. Wow. Wow, what an excellent finish. Unexpected. He had that locked in very deep. That's a very strong man to try and fight off your neck.
We have a Kung Fu fighter fighting a wrestler and finish with a Jiu-Jitsu move. And a yoga pose.
Although I will say that was a very exciting start off of that fight. That was really interesting. I think that was
that will go down in history.
Maybe one of the most eccentric and crazy beginnings to a fight we've seen.
Gentlemen, 3 minutes, 20 seconds into the first round. Your winner by guillotine choke and still Fight Lab 135-pound bantamweight champion, the Pit
Lab fans, I am here with the victor, Kenneth the Pit Crowder. Congratulations on an amazing victory tonight. We were a little, weren't sure what was going to happen with the fight. You and your opponent both are very high intensity fighters, you know. You give a lot of good energy, but you obviously played the better game tonight and, came out with a great win. So congratulations on that.
Thanks a lot.
Absolutely. Kind of, if you want to, give me some information on your school and your training, what was involved for this fight tonight.
Pretty much, I'm working with Queen Reynolds, my yoga instructor. We pretty much game plan for it to be a high-paced fight because I know he's very energetic and I know he has good cardio. He's a very good opponent, but I pretty much, with training with Rickion, you have good opponents, but you always think you're on a higher level than anybody you may face.
Absolutely. How much wrestling was involved with the preparation of your fight tonight? Did you emphasize that more than any of the other aspects of MMA training, or?
Really, I work wrestling pretty much 6 days out of a week, and tonight it was a lot of he say, she say before tonight about all I do is wrestle, I win decisions, so pretty much we set our mind in basically trying to finish this guy tonight.
Absolutely. Well, this belt is yours. There is nobody that's going to take this belt away from you. Are you going to put it in a special place in your house? Do you already have a picked out mantle where that's going to go?
Right beside my Fight Lab trophies.
Very nice.
Medals.
And all those
and all my wrestling medals.
Well, I don't care how many times Cornbread calls you small or says anything about that. You have a huge heart, Kenneth, and you always bring an amazing fight to Fight Lab. So we really appreciate it, and we look forward to seeing you as a pro, see what more action you'll bring to the table. So congratulations.
All right, thanks a lot.
Thanks, Kenneth.
7,000 high school students drop out every school day.
That's a line of desks more than 4 miles long. We can keep Charlotte students in school. Visit boostup.org and take the first step.
Do you like this top? It's so gay. Really? Yeah, it's totally gay.
You know, you really shouldn't say that.
Say what?
Well, say that something's gay when you mean it's bad. It's insulting. What if every time something was bad, everybody said, oh, that's so girl wearing a skirt as a top?
Oh, you are.
Those are cute jeans, though. When you say that's so gay, do you realize what you say? Knock it off.
I'm ready for it, man. Been looking forward to it a long time. Chance to avenge a loss, chance to defend my title. It's a lot of mixed emotions, a lot of fun. Can't wait.
I'm confident in what I've been training, who I've been training with. Wherever the fight goes, I'm going to feel real confident. Wrestling, standing up. I mean, any angle of this fight, I feel real good about it.
First insider information. Freeman's lack of training in between fights, and lack of taking it seriously sometimes. I'm just going to go ahead and give the edge to Sarah.
You know, you kind of have to. He's an active Air Force guy. He's already won, and he's a purple belt. You should train with Derek Kennington. We're going to find out, though, because Freeman does have that one-punch knockout power.
He keeps that left hand low. It's going to be bad news all day.
And for every time I've talked to him, he's just a motivated guy. He likes to fight. He likes the lifestyle. It's not the big show.
Fred gets the takedown.
He just enjoys what he does. So
we're in Fred's world right now. I mean, he's on top. It's a half guard on Ryan.
Yeah, he's got the half.
Posturing up.
And Fred's a big, strong guy.
Yeah, that's a man, bro.
He's he says no. You may not have that on.
Like I said, right now, I don't think Ryan is that comfortable on the ground, right now. Especially with that big burly man on top of him.
Did we introduce Joe?
No.
Oh, and by the way, this third voice that you're hearing is Joe the Juggernaut Pacheco, representing Team Renegade with his fancy driver hat that I commented on earlier.
I like it. We got full mount here. Fred just said full mount on Ryan. This is bad.
And Ryan's using the cage.
That was nice.
And Fred's back in his guard, but Fred's comfortable here.
Joe, give us your thoughts. Leading up to this, I think you should be probably the #1 contender coming up next.
Oh, good. Sweet
by Fred. What do you think of the fight so far?
I think it's action-packed, man. I mean, this is pretty much went everywhere. Everywhere.
That's a Darce.
He's in deep in the Darce.
He's rolling. If Fred can turn over and get his hips back to the side, he'll be able to finish this. If he does the gator roll from freestyle wrestling right now, he's there. And Ryan Freeman is grabbing the shorts for some odd reason.
And that left hand, man, I'm telling you.
That was a good left.
Fred pushing the pace. The ref never stopped it. I'm not mad at it.
At all, but that's what Fred does. Fred pushes the pace. Once again, back to the ground with a takedown off the cage. Fred's back on top in a half guard.
Now, being a 205, can you comment on the gas of these two guys?
I mean, they're pushing a pretty hard pace right now. They both want a big finish.
Can they sustain this?
I don't know, man. I don't know how hard they train. It's going to be kind of hard to tell. I mean, being as big as they are, it takes a lot of oxygen to push those muscles, man. And if it goes into the second or later rounds, man, it'll be the test of time, that's for sure.
Good right hands from Fred.
Got some nice ground and pound from Fred.
Ooh. Fred is just grinding.
Those were like tiger paws.
Big, bro. Big body shots. Ooh. Body head right there.
Good Lord.
Another hammer fist.
Good hammer fist.
Ryan Freeman showing some swelling.
Freeman's eyes already starting to swell up a little bit.
He's in big trouble here. We're going to try to get out that half guard.
I'm going to go.
Good right hands from Fred. Every one.
Ryan has locked down on that half guard. He needs to try and open up and try and move a little bit.
Yeah, he's got to get his hips going. That's absolutely right, Mr. Pacheco.
Thank you. I've been working on my jiu-jitsu.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Oh, he's back to it.
Back to the guards.
He's going the wrong way on the bars. He's not going to finish it.
No,
Ryan's going to be offensive. Oh,
Fred takes
that
him
was
back down. This is almost becoming remedial.
That was pretty piss-poor shot defense right there.
But we got 10 seconds left in the round.
And if you notice, these guys starting to slow down a little bit, man. It's not a good sign. Fred's exerting a lot of energy in the first round.
I think Fred's all right.
I think he is too.
It's going to be interesting to see how Mr. Freeman comes back. He's got to know he lost that round.
Oh, yeah. If you look at the two guys right now during the break, I mean, Fred looks I mean, I'm probably Emily, Ryan looks soft.
All the way from Lowell, Washington, where she owns her own antique store.
Pretty much.
I'd like to thank RCX Raiders Custom Tees.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think going the other way. I mean, he's controlling it all the way around. Ring control, takedown, submission attempts.
We'd like to thank Sam Park.
Good, man. Pretty good banger for a main event.
Brio Tuscan Grill. Evidence Morgan
Confused
and Evolution Gym. Thank you to all those great sponsors who helped us out
He
there.
got in the face pretty hard with a couple of those hammer
Round
fists. Sarah looks motivated. Let's see what the pace looks like in the second round. Here we go.
As long as they stay standing, man, this is Ryan's world, man.
Fred's smarter than that, man.
I know. I mean, he's good for every takedown he went for. Ryan hadn't been able to stop it. Here we go again.
Goes in that distance to Fred.
Takedown.
I smell it.
The cage.
I smell it. I smell the oh, Freeman with the
single leg up. Nice dump there.
They're all sweaty now. The submission will be a lot harder to pop off.
Up. We're in Ryan's full guard here. Once again, Fred is punishing the body, man. Once that dude gets on top or just any control, he loves to throw bombs. Ryan's pretty composed right there, Fred in his guard. Doing a lot better this round than he was in the first round in that position.
Using the cage again. Oh, Lord have mercy. That could have ended somebody's night quicker.
That's not what you want to do when you try cage man.
Those shots to the body are going to add up.
Oh, yeah, he's turning hard. Fred looks to posture up. Once again, up.
Fred just spider monkeyed though back to Freeman's guard. He's all over him right now.
Like a homeless man on a Christmas hand.
Like you said earlier, man, Fred is a very motivated fighter, man.
Not only that, but look at the guys he's training with. Derek Kennington just made the cut for the Ultimate Fighter, you know, and that was Fred's boy.
Nice pass.
I mean, it's just raw man saying, I'm going to pass the guard.
Freeman with that elementary style. I don't even know what to call that. Was that an attempt at a sweep?
It was an attempt of not getting mounted. Is what it looked like. Fred going back to knee on belly.
Freeman back in the cage.
It looks like they're going. We got a side control transition. It looks like Sarah wants to try to transition to the mount.
Fred's move.
Does.
Not for long. Not for long.
That was slick jits
that
right
was pretty
there.
nice.
Fred's part to just stay back and wait and watch.
Just from our angle, how it looked like, obviously we ended up in the position that we're in. I thought the Sarah should have went to north-south for how the action was just going, but
I believe he's content to sit in his half guard.
he's the one fighting, not me.
Fred with the front headlock.
It's like guillotine right here coming.
Tight guillotine.
Oh, and we got stoppage to a guillotine choke.
To the tap.
Good job.
Fred's pointing at someone.
I believe that's his fan over there. He wanted this, man. He's been wanting this for a while. Hats off to Fred, man. Looks really, really good.
Fred joining.
Very happy Amanda Sarah.
Very disgruntled Ryan Freeman as well. There was bad blood here. We're going to find out if it's over now.
35 seconds
Dude, it's unexplainable. I've been working all year for this. This is a dream come true for me.
Now, March 30th, Shaw Air Force Base. You're already scheduled to be the main event. I don't know what your situation is with your service. I know you plan on being there, correct?
Oh, we're busy, man. That's my home. Shaw Air Force Base up top.
Now, just like Solon Staley, and just like Michael L. and Blaine Thomas and Adam Dehart and Jacob Allen and Chris Smith and Cam Ferrand, Amos Collins, Ryan Freeman, you know how the bread operates. With every bit of good news, there's bad news, right?
Yeah, there's no bad news. Let's go. Let's hear it.
Well, yours is a little bit more difficult because I'm going to let you make the decision. There's a young man here in the crowd named the Juggernaut, Joseph Pacheco from Renegade Fighting Systems. Now, he's the elite champion. I'm going to let you make the choice. I was going to flip a coin, but I thought that was like the sort of coin. I'm going to give you the choice. You can fight Joe at Elite in January for his belt, or you can defend your belt March 30th against Joe in your home, Shaw Air Force Base. Take your pick.
Yeah, I got some personal things to take care of January, so it looks like by default March.
Joe Pacheco, damn, you're fast. Joe Pacheco from Renegade Fighting Systems versus Fernando Acera. March 30th, main event, Shaw Air Force Base. Let's get a pose off. Cody Jones, thanks.
You are the 205 new Fight Lab champ.
Yes.
Congratulations
Thank
on
you
your
very much.
victory.
Thank you.
I know that this was going to be a tough fight anyway because you and Ryan were both really strong, you know, on your feet, being able to pound, not afraid to hit each other. So I knew this was going to be an exciting fight for you. Before I even begin anything else, please introduce yourself to the Fight Lab fans because we don't quite know you that well. Give us your, you know, where you work out at, where you train at, everything.
My name is Fernando Acera. Train out of Ridge Point in Columbia. Store Summit Muay Thai in Elgin. Also train with the CMA guys down in Columbia as well.
Awesome. All right. What did you do in preparation for this main event?
Everything.
Training.
Everything. I mean, I worked my cardio. I worked wrestling with Chris Bono. You saw a lot of single legs. That's Olympic level wrestling from Chris Bono. Doesn't get better than that. Striking with my striking coach, Nick Rodriguez. Just everything, trying to make myself well-rounded.
Absolutely. Well, going forth with the next fight that you're going to be, I guess, facing Joe Pacheco, right?
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
That's going to be an awesome fight. You guys are both really strong wrestlers anyway. What are you looking towards as far as preparation for the next fight ahead? What's going to be your training plan and that sort of thing?
Same thing I've been doing. It's been working. It's been working for me. Train everything, train hard, and just be ready for any situation. Joe's a good fighter. And I'm here to fight the best, so definitely gonna be a good fight.
You guys both have really strong, big hearts, and it looks like you've got a big support team behind you. Because I see this lady that's here watching you. And
I couldn't do it without my wife. This year's been a rough ride, and I couldn't have done it without her.
Wifey, come here, wifey. Come over here. Get over here. I like it when the MMA guys give shout outs to their wives and their girlfriends because they're a big part of their training. So
she puts up with a lot. She really does,
and she loves you because I can tell.
8 years later.
8 years later, you gotta love it. Well, big congrats on your victory, and I hope you take your lady out to a nice dinner because if there's weight cuts involved,
I can eat.
You're probably hungry.
Oh my God.
We're going back home.
Lovely.
If I could just say one thing, also, this year's been real crazy with training and fighting. My grandfather and my uncle, both diagnosed with cancer recently. Also, a family friend, Roxanne, also diagnosed with breast cancer. They're battling for and they're in the fight of their life right now. And no one fights alone, and I'm here fighting with them. Every fight from here on out is for them.
That's amazing.
And tonight is for them too. Awesome. Uncle Gary, Pop, Roxanne, I love you guys.
Good dedication. Well, it's a pleasure to meet
Thank you very much.
and I can't wait to see you fight again.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
You don't need cable to watch CMAP TV. Local content anytime, anywhere. Online at www.cmap.tv. www.cmap.tv.
Nice. No. Come on. Oops. Yeah, sure. Let's go.
Moms everywhere are finding ways to keep kids active and healthy.
Works every time.
Get ideas, get involved, get going at letsmove.gov.
All right, folks, we hope you enjoyed this hour of hard-hitting, action-packed excitement out there. Some great local guys out there who give it their all. Remember, coming up in 2 weeks, we'll have our special Super Bowl preview. Looking forward to that great day on Super Bowl Sunday. And hopefully we'll have some good predictions out of the guys. Hopefully they can maybe save your Super Bowl party with some good knowledge. Or we're just going to have a lot of fun. So for Charlotte Sports Today, I'm Chaz Brown. We'll see you too.